Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Brothers Wim podcast. I am here, Ian Tedder, with my brother Matthew. Matthew, how you doing today?
Good. How you doing, Ian?
I'm fantastic. Excited to record another episode with you, bud. How's your day been so far?
Well, I woke up. We are recording this a little earlier than normal, so I woke up, went upstairs, grabbed some water, and then came right back down. And now we're recording the podcast. So.
Yeah, I got plans today, so we had to get the podcast in early. But we want to get 2 episodes in a week, so this is, we just want to get this schedule going and stay consistent. So Mondays and Fridays should be the days we upload. So we wanted to make sure we did it. So here we are recording. So Matthew, I've been thinking recently about our trip to Florida last year. It was almost exactly a year ago at this time. And Matthew and I really love traveling together. We try to go as many places as we can. We went to New Jersey one time for a hockey game. That was fun. And last year around this time, before COVID and everything, we were like, hey, we should go to Florida. The cold weather was getting us down, and we were just ready to be out in the summer in the heat. So we decided to just drive down to Florida, get an Airbnb, and hang out for a weekend down in Florida. Matthew, what was your favorite part of that trip? I was just reminiscing on it and thinking about it. I wanted to hear what you thought.
I think the escape room was pretty fun. It was like something that wasn't like prompted and wasn't expected to happen. It was extremely good escape room. I'll give him that. Like we did the hardest puzzle in there. We didn't get it, but
almost though.
We did pretty well for 2 people. Like
that was meant for like 4 or more people. I think the guy said so.
A group project type thing, and we got pretty far. We just didn't have any
One of
good
the best
management skills. We couldn't, and it's hard to manage with 2 people. You can't really like pick a manager, and the information you get is very easily communicated between 2 people. So there's a bit of an advantage there, I think. But that was definitely one of the most fun things we did, and it was the fact that it was just like, oh, we drove by the place or something like that, and we just parked on the side of the street and walked in. Like it was very. That was the whole trip, really. It was just doing things on a whim.
Yeah, that first day was really Hey, there you go. Shout out to the podcast. No, you didn't do that on purpose. But yeah, the beach was so windy that first day. We got there on a Friday night, and then Saturday we went to the beach, and it was just so windy. We tried to play football and stuff, and we were like, we got to wait till tomorrow for the beach. So we just went around doing different things. We went to the mall down there, and we went to a driving range, I believe, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we did.
That first day was just so much fun. We went to this new ice cream place we had never been to. That was probably my favorite experience.
Oh, yeah. That was very fun.
We went to this ice cream place that was 70s disco themed. There were like red lights above, and it was the
disco music
atmosphere
playing,
was just
TVs with
incredible.
The
There
music
was disco music playing, and we got Dippin' Dots, and it was just a really cool experience overall. What else, Matthew? Do you have anything else from that trip that you remember well?
I do, but going off of the disco thing. Looking back on it, that place really wasn't that special. It was just because we were on vacation. Yeah. But it like we just got Dippin' Dots. Like it was just a glorified Dippin' Dots and funnel cake place. Like
I know they didn't do anything special, but
the fact that they had board games and they let you sit down and like eat in there, and it was just.
It was cool.
It felt like a cool ass experience, and
we used to trivia together, like while eating Dippin' Dots and funnel cake in the back room.
2003 ESPN trivia.
Oh yeah, that was.
They had some weird board games in there.
Who the Heisman winner was in '97? I'm like, I don't know. I was 1 year old. I don't know, but yeah, it was a great trip, and I was just reminiscing on it. Anything else from that trip, Matthew, that you wanted to talk about, or you could?
The bike riding, because that legitimately probably was my favorite part.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I agree. That was actually a lot of fun. We would, the Airbnb we stayed at was kind of like a bed and breakfast kind of style, where it was more of a homey feel. It wasn't really a hotel or like a house. It had multiple rooms and multiple people staying in it, and they had bikes that we were allowed to use just sitting outside, and the people owned them and they let us use them. And they were these like cool. There was something special about the bikes, right? Like they were like, one was mint, I remember, and
they were $3,000 bikes. I looked it up after. Because I remember I was like, I want to buy one of those bikes. Like those bikes were like special somehow. Like the way they rode, it was like a Cadillac of bikes. It was like nice. I really want to get that, but it was just.
They were just letting us ride them around.
Expensive. Yeah, they were very nice. We took them all the time. We were the only ones taking them. I don't know if anyone else was even in that place when we stayed, but
There might have been. I don't remember, but it was so much fun, and I just remember driving around. What was the name of that town? Do you remember?
Clearwater.
Clearwater. Yeah, we were just driving around.
Scientology.
Yeah. Really? Do I not remember that
I think we
part
did
well?
pass the Church of Scientology. That one big looking mosque.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
It was I do remember.
Outside
Yeah.
the Chick-fil-A, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or something like that. I think that was a Church of Scientology.
I do remember.
It wasn't
that
like
now.
the
right
main
outside the
thing,
Chick-fil-A.
But yeah, that's like the home of Scientology.
Yeah, we would just ride around that town and just, on our bikes at the middle of the night. That was not our bikes, the bikes we used, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And speaking of churches, do you remember the world's smallest church we stopped by?
Oh yeah, we decided to stop at a place for each of us on the trip because that was most of the fun of it. We drove down there.
14 hours
from Maryland, and it was just it was fun. The trip was fun.
Oh yeah. We listened to podcasts and joked around and
it was very fun. But we decided to stop in two places, and I looked on Google places to stop on I-95, and the world's smallest church came up, and I just started laughing. I was like, that's such a dumbass tourist destination.
Yeah.
To be, it's just a shed.
Yeah, I mean, like it's right outside of an actual church too. And I mean, it had
it's right there.
pews and stuff in it. It was cute. It was funny. Your profile picture for most things is actually in there. I remember taking those pictures. It's very funny. I love those. But speaking on that, I don't remember what mine was. Do you remember what my stop was? It wasn't as funny as yours for sure.
I don't remember, but it may have been like
it might have been for food.
Yeah,
I like Cookout, and we went to Cookout, but I don't remember if that was my stop. But anyway, what I was thinking about is the drive down there, and like we said, it was 14 hours. We went from Maryland to Florida. We did it all in one day. We took shifts, listened to podcasts. It's like the best. The journey is the big part of it. But what I wanted to talk about today is about the theme of driving, Matthew. So my topic is that there should be an "I'm sorry" horn on all cars.
Oh.
See,
I like this topic. I like this topic.
Yeah,
because I actually have some knowledge built up on this one.
Oh, great. I can't wait
Barely,
to hear about it.
But yes.
Okay. So let me tell you why I was thinking about this. And you understand what it is, right? Basically, my idea is that the horn on a car is too harsh. It's mean. I'm angry at you, horn. And I want something that's either, just is like, oh, sorry, I made a mistake, or hey, go. So let me get into this. I was driving to my girlfriend Emma's house, and it was decently bad weather. It wasn't like apocalyptic, but it was fine. And I'm driving, and I'm in front of behind this very slow van, and I'm trying to get over, and this nice truck, it was this big like souped up truck, let me over, like flashlights. I was like, thanks. And then the van merged in front of me, I think, to take the exit, and the truck merged back over into the other lane, and he was going slow, to allow me to go over. And I didn't do it at first because I felt bad. I didn't want to merge in front of him. But then I was like, I'm going to do it. And I decided to go. But I see him start speeding up, and I cut him off by accident. And I'm like, oops, this guy was so nice to me. He was like, hey, go ahead, pal. Go where you need to. And I'm just like, and I cut him off. And I felt so bad. And I was like, right here would be the perfect example of like, hey, like, my bad. Like, I'm sorry. Thank you for being nice to me. A horn that's not like, I wanted something like that,
I think I would never use the regular horn if
I don't think I ever would.
A small horn button.
Yeah, and that, I mean, we'll get into that later about road rage because that's kind of what the horn is there for. But if there was a nice horn, my life would change forever, I think, because I think there'd be more positivity in the world because that horn that we have on your car, everyone has a similar sounding horn, but it's so abrasive and so just takes you out of whatever you're doing when you hear it. It might even be about you. Someone like 5 lanes back might be doing something and they get honked at and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Like something like that.
I know it's weird because we don't live in a city and we don't have to deal with horn honking a lot. And it's rare around here. So it's like if somebody were to honk their horn at you, it is jarring. It's like,
oh yeah,
whoa. It's like even if they honk their horn at somebody else, it's like, whoa, who's honking their horn?
Exactly. I don't want that sound in my life at all. And I don't think anybody else does. Like, I think even if you live in, like, L.A. or New York where it's just, like, constant horn honking, I don't think you want that either. Unless you're the person who is honking the horn,
Who invented the horn? Because, like,
that's a good question.
That person would be mad. Like,
Quincy James horn. Yeah. I don't know. I could look that up.
Rutherford Horn.
I really do not. Rutherford Horn, the inventor.
The inventor of the car horn.
Miller Reese Hutchinson is his name.
That's a boy.
Later chief engineer of Thomas Edison. Wow. Good for him.
Mad guy, though.
Yeah,
Very mad.
Crazy. Just angry in general. Like, guy needs to get it checked out.
How can I make other people around me as mad as possible?
Yeah, I think his life was falling. What was his name? Hutchinson. I think his life was falling apart. Like, his wife left him. His kids don't like him. He's Thomas Edison's chief engineer, but he's like always
second fiddle. He was in High School Musical. There was a Hutchinson in High School Musical, right? Wasn't there?
Zac
Efron? There was a Hutchinson. Wasn't
Do you mean Gabrielle or Vanessa Hudgens?
Maybe.
She was the actress who played Gabrielle Reyes. What's her last name? I don't know. Yeah. No, there's no Hutchinson. What are you talking about? Wow.
His life was falling apart because of it.
Yeah, and no, well, not because of it. I think he was second fiddle to Edison, and he was like, I need to do something that really makes people feel how mad I am. And he was just like something happened to him, and he's like, I need some way to tell random strangers in their new automobiles how much I hate them. So anyway, I think there are so many good examples of where you could use the I'm sorry horn, like in that truck example. Like, I'm just like, hey, my bad, like an apology. And it, like, they could literally say like I'm sorry, or it could just be like a lighter horn, like a meh, like something. I don't know what sound it would
I don't think it would ever say I'm sorry. That'd be weird.
That's a very like beta cuck move, I think, to be like, oh, I'm sorry.
I would never use that horn.
I'm glad you didn't. That's what I thought this topic was gonna be. I thought you were gonna be like, you are a loser, Ian. You are just beta. Like, I'm sorry.
I agree with the light horn, but the I'm sorry horn is just too far.
Yeah, I think it's a little too unrealistic at that point. But there could be something. We'll get more into that later. But there's so many uses for it. I mean, like, you're at a light and someone's like looking at their phone while they're there, and you're behind them, and you don't want to be and like lay into them and let them know like, hey, moron, move. It's like, oh, hey, I do this sometimes too. Like a light beep, there you go. Like, just to get their attention and be like, oh yeah, time to move.
I had not experience on the road. Sorry to cut you off, but I had not experience on the road where I was at a pretty hopping intersection, but it was a back road intersection.
A hopping intersection, yeah.
So, cars are flowing through pretty quick. The light doesn't last very long because there's two main back roads going through each other. And I'm behind two other cars. The car in front is going a moderate speed, and the car in front of me is going very slow.
Okay.
But the car in front, the car all the way in front, pulls up to this light, and it's green, and they're going straight, and I'm going straight, and the car in front of me is going straight. Okay. So we're all going straight.
Mm-hmm.
And the light's green, so you just go. But the first car decided to come to a complete stop at the light and sit there. And they just sat there. And nobody honked their horn, because for me, I feel it's not common courtesy to hit the horn behind a person. So I didn't want to hit my horn. I'm like, I don't really care. Like,
yeah, that's the person in front of you's job.
Yeah, as long as the light doesn't go red, it's not my problem. But the person in front of me should have hit their horn. But if I had a smaller horn, I think I'd hit
small horn. Yeah, one small horn, please. Yeah, it's like a bike horn almost at that point, or like an awooga sound, I think.
But yeah, that would be loud. I feel like.
I think it'd be funny. I mean, a car horn's loud. Is
like a jalopy horn.
A jalopy, Old Man Jenkins and his jalopy. Yeah. I want that, actually. I think that'd be funny. Maybe it would become annoying at some point.
It would be funny, but I think that would provoke a lot more people.
Yeah, that would make more road rage. Yeah, and like it could also be used for an apology for almost killing somebody. Like you cut someone off and you're like, "Whoops, I'm sorry." But one of the main things here, I don't suffer from road rage. I don't think you do either, Matthew, but a lot of people do. And I just wanted to talk about like some of the stats on it to like back up my point here. So if you don't know what road rage is, it includes some of the things that are included in road rage: aggressive horn honking, rude hand gestures, which, I mean, you can guess what that means if you're not picking up, yelling at people, blocking or cutting off cars, fighting people, like getting out of your car and fighting somebody, or pulling out guns even, like that's another thing.
I think that would classify.
That's that would be rage inducing. So
somebody's sitting at a conference table and they're trying to figure out what road rage is, and they're just like, guns. Maybe let's put this in the maybe category for now.
That's a hard maybe. We'll put a pin in that for later. I gotta come back.
Gestures? Yeah. I've seen that plenty of times.
Gestures. It's like waving their hands in the air.
Thumbs up.
I like the thumbs down. Like when someone's driving and do something wrong, just no, sir.
I don't think I've ever given
Don't-
somebody a thumbs down.
I'd like to. I don't have the machismo to give someone a thumbs down. You have to be really confident in yourself just to be like, I know, like, you did it wrong. Whatever you did,
You're
that
wrong.
was not correct. Like, because it's always somebody else's fault when you're driving, but sometimes it's your fault. You know, like, you always blame the other person. It's like, I didn't do anything wrong. It was the person that did this. But sometimes it is your fault. But when you know it's the other person's fault, thumbs down, I think. Then be like, don't do that again, sir. I'd like you not to do that anymore.
I've had plenty of people that think they're in the right and they flip me off, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
Like I had a confusing experience where somebody made a left turn in front of me as I was going straight, and they flipped me off as they made the left turn, even though my light was green, and I was going through it. And I was like, what? I'm like,
okay.
why? I'm like, the passenger flipped me off. I'm like, how are you mad?
The
like,
passenger flipped you off?
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm like,
that's even
what?
worse. Some people just have hate in their bones, Matthew.
Yeah,
They got
I
to
was
get that out
like-
somehow.
Bro, I'm
All
just driving.
I'm doing my thing. I didn't do anything wrong. All right, time to play one of my favorite games / segments on the podcast that doesn't have a name, but I like doing it. Is making you guess statistics about things I'm talking about, Matthew.
Okay.
How many, like, what % of driving fatalities do you think road rage or aggressive driving accounts for?
Driving fatalities
Deaths because of
road
driving.
rage. So like somebody killing somebody.
Not like pulling out a gun, but like an aggressive maneuver or something like that. They can be traced back to aggressive driving.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
So a DUI would count if it
I
was
don't know.
if it was aggressive driving.
I think if it's anything, then it's like a simple thing. You know, I don't know. Let's just guess a number, Matthew. I looked these up online last night.
15%.
2 out of every 3 traffic fatalities, so 66%.
66.6%.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, for those
That's
6,
more.
we got to do a repeating the devil's number. 6.67. There we go.
That's a lot.
Do you know what generation has the most amount of road rage, like accidents accounted for?
Gen X.
No, millennials actually. 51% of accidents caused by aggressive driving are by millennials, which I would have thought boomers. Honestly, I feel like I boomers are at 4.2%.
They're too old to care.
I feel like they're always angry though. I don't know. Maybe I'm just ageist. That could be the thing. But it's the 4.2%. What's the
Millennials are
top
too entitled.
car brand for road rage accidents
BMW.
/ incidents? Yeah, you got it. That's exactly
Really?
it. Nailed it. I feel like that's a stereotype. We nailed on the.
That's funny.
That's really good. Yeah, it's top 4 car brands are BMW, Land Rover, Audi, and Subaru.
Makes sense. That's
All
a
of
good
those,
list.
I was like,
good list.
Show me BMW. No, you nailed it with that one. That was crazy. I got a couple more. I just think these are. I mean, I say fun, but they're people, crashing their cars, so it's not that fun. But what day of the week has the most aggressive driving accidents, and what has the least?
Least is Wednesday.
Okay.
Is that right?
No, it's Sunday.
Okay, that makes sense.
People are chill on Sunday.
People are going
no one's
to church.
angry.
Nobody,
no one's angry on a Sunday.
Nobody can be angry on a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. It's a law. Sabbath.
Well, only people that are angry on a Sunday are people going to Chick-fil-A.
Oh, true. The drive back from the Chick-fil-A when you realize it's closed.
That's when you're
that's all
flying
the
through red
accidents,
lights
actually.
and you're like,
Everyone else is happy on Sunday, and then there's those however many percent of drivers
The
coming
select
back from
few.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah,
Most
I've been that person a few times.
would be Friday, right?
No, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Actually. So my logic is like
Tuesday.
it's the day after Monday. Monday, you're like, whatever, I got through it. Tuesday is the realization that the week is like happening, and you're like, oh my gosh, and people are mad. So I'm taking these all as like work related from my perspective.
Yeah, I guess Friday you'd be pretty.
Friday's like,
excited.
oh yeah, I'm going home. I'm not mad. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm thinking when are people the angriest? It's like Tuesday. People are like, oh my gosh, I have 3 more days of this, and they're driving home from work, and they're like, good lord. What color car? I have 2 more.
Red.
What? Blue, actually.
Okay.
Blue
only said
BMWs
blue BMWs.
with male drivers are the watch how just get in a different lane if you're near a blue BMW with a male driver. I don't think I know anybody with that, but
I
you
know
see that on the
a
highway.
close match, but I don't think you would do it.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I agree. All right, now we're gonna do the months. What is the worst month, like in terms of the most aggressive driving incidents, and the least month? Also, if you're not playing along at home, you definitely should be guessing in your head. Hopefully,
Yes.
Matthew's giving you enough time. So, anyway, what's the the month with the most aggressive driving accidents and then the least.
I'll start deliberating. So we'll go most first.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be any holiday month, just because people might be happy.
That's fair.
I'm thinking it would be a month without Labor Day. So I'm not entirely sure what month that is because I don't really care about Labor Day.
A month without Labor Day. So 11 of them.
Or Arbor Day. We're not going to... That's September, I think.
I think it's April. No, I could be wrong.
No, I thought it was later.
I might be thinking of Flag Day, actually.
I don't know those holidays.
I think Flag Day is April 22nd. And Earth Day is the 20th. Am I right?
But
anyway.
I'm going to have to go with April. No, that's Easter.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
They love moving that one around.
We're going to have to go June. Summertime.
Well,
people might be happy then.
Give me a month, Matthew, and tell me which one it is.
June is the most.
Wrong. No, June is the least, actually.
Oh, my God. Oh.
You are way off. So my explanation for that was that it's the month where it's the start of summer. There are no more school buses out anymore. And, like... but then again, kids are in the car then. I don't know. That was my explanation. But it's the start of summer, so people are happy.
Can't be mad if a kid's in a car.
I think you can be mad if a kid's in the car. I've seen our dad in the car before with us. Well, my dad has broken the law. Our dad has broken the law many times. So. And then what's the month with the most, Matthew? Because you got it wrong.
Oh, true. I get another guess then. I thought you were waiting for me to give the least. So I'm like, well, it's June.
I'm waiting. You got to guess guess it correctly.
So for the most, let me redo my logic. So it's not. It probably is a holiday month, but it's not a holiday month in my mind. So it's when summer would end, and there's a hiatus in holidays. So it'd be September.
Yes, good job.
Nice.
Way to go. You nailed that one after you completely got it wrong the first time. But we'll take it.
I realized as I said the answer, but I couldn't think of another month.
The most infuriating thing for me when I drive is being behind a school bus. So that's what I think this logic is. You ever get stuck behind a school bus when you're driving, Matthew, and you have somewhere to be?
Rarely. But that's just because I take highways to places I go.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you just happen to get caught. I don't know. It's just a terrible feeling. You understand it, and you're just like, oh, the buses are back. I'm angry. So
I have had it happen before on my commute to college, where I get stuck behind a bus. But it happened once, and then I got the bus's schedule basically from that. So I knew when it was leaving, what day it was leaving, where it would be on that day, and so I just took a different route that day.
Nothing will motivate you more to work hard than to figure out the schedule of a bus that you don't want to be stuck behind. I've done that too before. I'll sit outside and scope out and be like, all right, they come by at 7:10. I can't leave. I have to leave before 7:10. I did that when I went to the commute to UMBC because it was already a hellish commute, and I did not want to be stuck behind a bus on that hellish commute. So
yeah.
Anyway, so that was Matthew's statistics. So thank you for playing, Matthew. Hope you played along at home. So Matthew, I wanted to ask you, what do you think makes driving so infuriating for people? What makes people upset? Why is road rage a thing?
Other people's incompetence in their mind.
That's fair. Mm-hmm.
I think that's the main reason. Because I
think it's
even I get frustrated. I don't get road rage necessarily. I don't drive worse or get out of my car or scream or flip people off.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine you do.
I get mad internally where I'm like, oh, and that person made a mistake. Why?
My favorite thing is to call people morons. I'm just like, what a moron.
I do that sometimes too. I did that with that car that stopped at the green light.
I was like, what is this moron?
I'm
doing?
I gotta get to school.
But I'll never flip them off. I'll just be like, whatever. You made my day a bit worse, but whatever. I don't have to ever see you again. See you.
There's never an inconvenience that's too much. I've never run into that yet.
No, neither have
I imagine an accident happening in front of you that blocks the entire road, and there's 60-foot drop-offs on either side of the road. That would probably inconvenience you. You have to turn around.
that would be but like a Lord of the Rings style turn of events.
And then I still don't think I'd be mad because they got into an accident. You just turn around.
Want to be helping them more on a highway.
Gotta get to work. Hope you don't fall off the cliffs on the side of the road.
Just scooch them out of the way. Excuse me, let me just go right through here. Just by their corpses. Yeah, I think we see people's mistakes and their flaws the most when we're driving because you're operating this 2-ton piece of machinery, and you don't really. I'm not gonna lie, you don't have to work that hard to get a license.
No.
They give it to 16-year-olds, and you're like, okay, it's not that hard if you're giving it to 16-year-olds, and you're often not prepared to do it well. Not everyone can drive well, and I make mistakes too. Everyone makes mistakes, and because it's like, oh, this person could kill me if they mess up, or kill my family inside my car, it becomes that much more infuriating, I think.
Yeah.
So
There's
I think
a lot
that's
of things that people get irrationally mad about. That
yeah, some people
cause some dumb road rage.
Yeah, people struggle with anger. I mean, I don't think I've ever really had that issue, so I'm lucky for that. But I think if we introduced the I'm sorry horn, I think it would just make everything better. Because I think a lot of the time when people use their horns, it's not in a sense of, I don't want you to be on the road anymore. It's a lot of times just like, hey, don't do that anymore. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's me. A lot of times it's like...
I can argue the other side here, because
okay.
Imagine a situation where one person messes up and it causes like it causes one of those like irrational road rage moments.
Yeah.
And you beep the sorry horn. That's like insult
the
to
sorry
injury.
horn.
That person's
Sounds
going after you. Like,
can I pause you real quick, Matthew? Beep the sorry horn definitely sounds like a sex play.
That could be the title.
Oh, okay, beeping the sorry horn. Yeah, it sounds dirty when you say I'm gonna beep the sorry horn.
If you beep the sorry horn, that's gonna make a lot of people mad.
You gotta buy me dinner first if you're gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
Matthew. All right.
I feel like it could help some people.
I like how we just hang on. I like how we just come up with the name of the episodes right in the middle of it. Like we just completely go fourth wall break. Like this is no longer a piece of media. This is just like, yeah, we're just talking now. This could just be the name of the episode. I like that.
We didn't do that last episode, but
we didn't have one when we did the last episode because it was more serious. Now, but it's just fine. But
yeah,
it's just a matter of
now there's a lot of improv happening.
Yeah, so, beeping the sorry horn. Anyway, I'm sorry I cut you off like 5
horn.
times. Yeah.
Yes,
continue.
But I feel like it would help some people who aren't like irrationally mad at a situation, but I can imagine a situation where you beep the sorry horn and nothing happens, and like there is no remorse. Because even if you if you were to beep your actual horn, and you can't just, if you implement, start here.
Okay.
If you implement the sorry horn, people will not understand that it's a sorry horn unless you do it in like every car, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm advocating for, by the way.
Yeah. So even if like it would still take some time for people to get used to it. So this first growing period where the sorry horn is implemented, you would get in situations where people would think it's the actual horn, and they'd be pressing, unless it sounded like completely different. But I think that'd be weird.
It sounds completely different. It's not, because the horn is too jarring is the issue.
I think it's a beep.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's a completely different, like, it's not like it's an I'm sorry horn, which, I mean, you know.
But it's still a horn. Horns are horns.
Yeah. It doesn't. Horn's a horn. Horn is a horn is a horn. No, I think that it doesn't have to be a horn. I think it, like, who says it has to be a horn? We've evolved past that. Our cars have like heated steering wheels, and they can park themselves and drive themselves. It doesn't need to be a horn.
Don't take the horn out.
That's also an option. It could just make a sound, maybe like a trill sound, like a ting sound. I don't know. It could be anything. The horn was invented because it was like hanging off the side of a car, and you would squeeze an airbag and it would be like
well, I don't think the horn was originally meant to be like, hey, fuck off kind of thing. I think it was meant to be like a, you know, like a meep meep, I'm coming through kind of thing.
I don't know.
Watch out.
That's what bike horns are for. Bike bells, the little ding, ding, like watch yourself.
I think,
you know,
no matter what, the context would still come back eventually.
Okay.
Unless you like, it would have to have some major marketing to be like, this is the sound of a sorry horn.
That's what I want. I want a campaign for the sorry horn. I want the world to change.
I don't think
I am on a pedestal. Why can't this happen?
If you
who says no to this?
If you got
honestly?
7 billion people, maybe 4 billion drivers.
Let's just start with the U.S. Okay, I'm not going to like Pakistan.
200 million drivers, which is probably
That's
about how many people are driving.
That was like 320 million people in the U.S. Maybe like
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, the rapper.
2 Chainz, yes.
2 Chainz. Is he part of the campaign? Is he up there?
Yeah, he would be the spokesperson.
Okay, good.
But it'd be very weird for people to change that. Also, people get old cars. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about old cars?
Factory recall, easy.
Recall every car.
Mm-hmm.
On a single day.
No. I don't think I said that, Matthew. I don't recall saying recall every car in a single day.
Cause problems. Also,
think
some
there would
factories
be-
don't exist.
Some factories don't exist, Matthew.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Where can you send? I'm trying to think of a car brand. Where can you send?
Yeah, help me out here. Some factories don't exist.
Oh, there are plenty of really old cars. Where can
There
you
are.
send?
Look, okay, maybe not a 1955 or like a Model T. That's still owned by Ford.
Still
you
Ford.
could probably,
you can send that back.
if you're driving a car, there is a law that says you have to take your car in to whatever company owns it now. I don't know, General Motors is owned by, or Chevy owns General Motors, whatever
there
that is.
are plenty of car brands. I can't name them, but are discontinued. Like they just don't exist. There's no factories for them.
Mm-hmm. There's a government program. The government pays for all of this, by the way. Ideally, that's
so,
what they.
So the governments create factories.
Road rage is a pandemic. No, they don't create factories. They delegate the work. They take statistics on cars. They have all that data and they relegate it to different companies. They're like, Toyota, you get all this discontinued car, and Chevy, you get all this discontinued car. And they work together. They put all these I'm sorry horns in, and road rage declines by 33% in 1 year. Based on my models, I just came up in my head. That's a lot, yeah. But I think people get less angry if there's an option for them not to be honking their horn like that.
So road rage, you said, counts as a gesture, right? A gesture counts as road rage.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would get those gone, but you
think
would
that would
not
disappear?
get any of the other ones gone. Guns.
Well,
if there's
yeah.
a gun involved, the gun was going to be involved from the start.
Look, if someone can apologize for making a mistake, some people are big enough to be like, "Oops, I goofed. I'm sorry, horn," and some people are big enough to be like, "Okay, they didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to cut you off."
Yeah, but
some people,
my argument is I feel that those people already would have given them the benefit of the doubt.
they're not the ones pulling guns on people.
They're not the ones road raging at all.
I don't think men. I can't remember.
I don't think they're a statistic.
Okay.
And you're only helping those people.
Okay. Well, I think it still helps people. I'm not gonna lie. I think road rage goes down instead of going up from this.
I think it would help me. I think now I'm on the other side. I think it would help people like us, where it'd be like people that don't get road rage normally, that just want to say sorry. Like, oops, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Beep.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to that truck example where I cut the truck guy off by accident after he was being nice to me. We've seen that this man was nice to me before, and he did not pull a gun on me. I don't think it was dark and it was snowy. I didn't see him flip me off or anything like that, but he may have. But let's say I cut him off, and I instantly realized it when I was driving. I was like, oops. If I could just be like, I'm sorry, horn, right away. You got the hiccups?
I had a hiccup. It didn't happen
I was
again.
gonna say, okay, I was going to say, do we need to pause? Do we need to shut everything down? Do we need to restart the episode, Matthew, because of your hiccup? Listeners at home, I'm sorry for my brother's hiccup. That was a terrible, terrible
unexpected.
mistake.
Was not in the script.
I wonder if it came through over the audio. I hope so. Anyway, basically, I wanted to have an I'm sorry horn for that man in the truck, is what I was saying.
Why not use your hazards?
Because that's not what they're for, you know?
I do it all the time.
I want a thing with the specific purpose of being like, thank you, or I'm sorry. That's all I want.
That's all you want.
I mean, there's more things that's actually part of this episode.
But that's my point. Is that what we want? That's what we want.
Yeah, I think.
But that wouldn't help people with road rage.
You don't think so at all?
No.
I think it would. I argue that it would. I think it would be better. Let us know in the comments on the Instagram or in the YouTube video what you think that this would do. Anyway, I want to talk about other features of cars. The car of the future, Matthew, and they don't have to be as beta as mine was to apologize to all drivers, but they can be whatever you want. I have a couple, but basically we can go with what issues do we have as drivers and what should we do to make them better. I thought we could riff off this a bit.
Trying to think.
My one thing I was thinking of, if we're sticking with the beta moves, is that an I'm sorry blinker for when you turn on your blinker and you don't actually merge and be like, whoops. It could just be the I'm sorry.
I would never. No, I would never use that.
I don't think I'd use it either, but I think it'd be nice for like very niche situations. Yeah, you've been on the highway and you're like, and then you like keep oops, my bad.
No, I would never use that. I don't think.
A thanks horn. If we're just throwing horns on there, something would be like to delineate between the I'm sorry and the thanks horn. I think would be fantastic.
It's just you saying thanks now.
Like, I think it's a
whole.
You have to record yourself into your car. Like you lift the hood and you just press a button. You're like, thanks.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. and you just have like a it's like a soundboard for your car.
Oh, sorry about that.
Whoops. But then that would also, if you just had a soundboard in your car, it would be used for evil because people would just like put in like, oh, F off, or like have a terrible day. It's just like, what's the meanest thing you could say to somebody as they're driving, you know? That's what people would do.
I hope you crash.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah. I hope you're late to wherever you're going, and I hope I can help in that. Those are all my things.
Oh, I'm still trying to think of advantages to cars because like I'm not a car designer. So
wait, I thought you meant like what the advantages of owning a car are. I'm like, there's a lot of good things. We can't really think about those
go to
right
place.
Now. Yeah,
that's all
no,
I can think of.
I looked some up last night, and everything I thought of already exists. I'm just too poor, or my car's too old to have it. What?
Tires without air.
You can do that right now in your car.
Explain.
You can do that in your car right now if you wanted to.
No. That is true. You are correct.
Yes.
But I heard this on
tires?
Another podcast. Shout out Joe Rogan.
Oh, wow. Helping out smaller podcasts with our
let's shout out a smaller podcast real quick.
Nice.
Joe Rogan,
that's nice
thank you for making that podcast with Elon Musk, one of the smallest human beings.
Business owners, yeah. He's very tiny. Yeah, we love to help smaller podcasts here. No free ads, but there you go. Free shout out.
But Joe Rogan asked a question about airless tires and putting them on the Tesla. And it was interesting because, like, you can do that where it's just, like, a membrane inside the tire. Yeah. Or, like, maybe it's not even made out of rubber. Like, things like that in the tires so that we don't have to deal with flats or filling the tires up or air pressure in the tires. Like, it's just constant. And then you just get your tires replaced every once in a while like you normally do. Yeah. And they'd be fine.
Filling your tires up is a frustrating process. Like, you have to go to the gas station. You have to wait in a line sometimes.
And then the thing never tells you how pressurized it is.
Yeah, it's like, it's always a wild get. It's just a terrible, terrible process. So I'd be for that. All the things I wanted already exist. I was like, what if I would just like think of something that I want? I was like, what if my car parked itself? And I'm like, wait, cars already do that. I don't have the ability to purchase a car with that. I'm like, oh, like heated steering wheel would be nice. I'm like, wait.
Wait a sec.
All these things exist, and I'm just not at the precipice of technology because I can't afford to be buying a 2021 BMW that I will then yell at people while I drive.
A blue 2021 BMW.
Yes, that I will then use
dream
as
car.
leverage. I think I just went full circle here. No longer.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
No sorry horns.
I want a louder horn now. I own a my horn's not loud enough. I want everyone to know how upset I am when I'm driving. Oh, dude, train horn while you're driving.
What if we shape the car like a horn?
Is that legal? not.
Well,
that was a delay. Not
don't know how well it would drive, but
dude, the aerodynamics on the thing would just suck in air. Like, where do you sit in the horn car?
Air would pull up.
Where do you sit in the horn car?
You sit on a chair in the horn, so it would be loud for you too.
Oh, so you're just like constant like air at you. I'm imagining like a bugle shaped car. Is that what you're also picturing? Like a horn, like a trumpet almost.
Yeah.
That'd be good. I like that. I think. No, what I was asking was legal is like, could you just strap a train horn to your car? I feel like that's illegal.
See, that's what I was talking about with the experience that I have. Have you seen the Mark Rober video on this?
On horns? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He made a car with a train horn, a regular horn, and a small horn.
A small horn.
Yes. And the small horn was used for like thanking people. And he's talked about this before.
Okay, then I haven't seen this video because I would not have stolen Mark Robert's idea.
Well,
I don't think I've ever. Maybe I subliminally stole it.
We have to talk about the logistics of it. He didn't talk about the logistics. He just did it.
Oh, okay. Oh, he didn't. Yeah.
He made it.
He like test drove it. Okay.
Yeah. And
that's stupid then.
I think it is legal to put a louder horn in your car. It's just like an asshole thing to do.
Yeah, like why are you doing that? Like what happened? Who hurt you? Why are you doing it? Well, I think we've kind of run the gamut here on horn related talk. Matthew, do you have anything you wanted to add about the sorry horn? Do you have a final stance on it?
Well, my final stance I think would be that I don't agree that it would reduce road rage. From my original stance of agreeing, I've changed my ways to think that it would only help the people that don't have road rage. I think those people would be the only ones that use the sorry horn, and the people that are actually road raging would still get mad even if you use the sorry horn.
So you're arguing using a nationwide campaign of recalling every car and putting in an "I'm sorry" horn, explaining what it is, and then just sending people back out would not work, not do anything. Maybe even
I'd say
make it
I
worse.
highly doubt it.
Okay, that's fair. I think it would be fantastic. I am looking forward to a future where this exists, and when it works, Matthew, I will bring this episode back up, and we will talk about it
And
then.
we'll make millions.
We will make millions.
You'll
yeah,
make millions because I didn't.
I mean, yeah, I will actually not give you. I'll give the rest of the family money, but you will not get anything for your lack of support here. Yeah. Well, it's been a great episode, Matthew. I'm thankful that we were able to talk about such a serious topic after our last serious.
Yeah, after our last super goofy episode, this is a good change of pace to be super serious.
Super serious. Yeah, we really didn't want to keep going on that goofy track there. So, well, Matthew, thank you for joining me as always.
Yes.
We should have another episode up on Monday. Stay tuned for that.
That'll be my topic.
Yes, can't wait for that one. Please follow us on our social media at Brothers Whim on Twitter and Instagram, on YouTube, the Brothers Whim Podcast, and follow us, subscribe, do all those fun things. We love the support. We thank you guys for listening to this episode, and hopefully you've listened to the other ones. If not, please go back and listen to them. We appreciate that. Any feedback you have, please let us know. We would love to get better and love to make this a more enjoyable experience for you guys. So thank you all for listening. I've been Ian.
And I'm Matt.
And hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.
Bye.